Maine, where will be your priority in the coming days and weeks?
Well, somebody else would have to help me out exactly which state is where and what day it's going to be. But it's going to continue like we're doing. We're going to go to the caucus states, the smaller states that we can afford, and keep accumulating delegates. And that's what we did today. We feel like we've had a pretty good day because we are convinced that we will win the majority of the delegates out of Maine today.
Because Arizona is coming up and Michigan on the same day at the end of this month, and then Washington State, and then Super Tuesday. Any of those states you're really going to spend a lot of time in?
To tell you the truth, I'm not positive which ones, but if they qualify as a caucus state, that's where I'll be going. I don't have my schedule in front of me, but any place where we can compete at a reasonable level and gain delegates in a caucus state, that's where we'll be.
What's wrong with primaries, though? Explain to our viewers who may not understand the nuances between a caucus state and a primary state. Why can't Ron Paul compete in a primary state?
Well, I think it depends on the primary state. You know, the one example that we, deliberately stayed away from was Florida. Because it was a total primary. It was a winner take all. If it's a primary state and it's proportional, that's different. But to compete with somebody who has hundreds of millions of dollars is pretty difficult. So for us to spend maybe $25 million in the difficulty we have raising money with the odds of not coming in first, that wouldn't have been a wise choice of spending money. So yes, not all primaries will be off the table. If there's a good chance and it's not one of the very expensive states and it's proportional, definitely proportional, we'll be in those races.
Is it your sense right now that this contest is Mitt Romney's to lose?
Mitt Romney what?
Do you think Mitt Romney is the front runner and it's his to lose, if you will, that he's got the money, the organization, the wherewithal to get the job done when all the dust settles?
Yeah, I think he's pretty much there, and he does have the money and the organization. He just doesn't have the enthusiasm that I think we are able to get in our crowds, really excited about what he believes in. I think that's his biggest problem. But I would say, yes, he's out in front, and people keep picking away at him. But he lost a few, but he picked up a little steam today. So you got to give him credit for that.
Of the three challengers you have for the Republican presidential nomination, whose views would you say are closest to yours?
Well, I think they're all very close together. I think they all want a lot more government. They all essentially have the same foreign policy. They have the same monetary policy. They have the same spending policy. None of them are talking about cutting real spending. So I think they're all in one group. For one of them to be closer to me, I can't see that. It just happens that because I've known Mitt a while longer, he seems to be friendlier, but that doesn't mean that I sympathize more with his positions, because I think I challenge all three of them. I mean, how many other candidates have you heard, Republican or Democrat, talk about concern about civil liberties and the Patriot Act and the Fourth Amendment? And I mean, those are the kind of things, this is what energizes a lot of people. People are getting frightened by this, and but the other three don't do this, so I put them all in the same category.